The original vampire wasn't a count, it was your neighbor. Before Dracula, before sparkling vampires, there was the Upyr, or vampire. Forget castles and capes, the real vampire legend, the one that sparked centuries of panic and exhumations, comes from the frozen soil of Slavic Eastern Europe. This is the Upyr, or vampire, a belief so potent it wasn't just folklore, it was a communal trauma with a body count. The myth was born from a pre-Christian Slavic understanding of death. If someone died suddenly, violently, or outside the church's grace through suicide, drowning, or without last rites, their soul might not move on. That restless spirit, fueled by impurity and malice, could reanimate its own corpse. The vampire wasn't pale and gaunt. Witnesses described it as grotesquely vital, bloated and ruddy from feeding, with long nails and hair still growing. It was often found in its grave, having chewed through its burial shroud, mouth stained with blood. Its threat was intimate and terrifying. By night, it would rise to visit its own family, drawing the life from sleepers through a form of psychic predation, or literally draining blood. Livestock would die mysteriously, and a slow wasting away sickness would spread through the village, a vampiric plague. When this sickness struck, the entire village would turn detective, identifying the likely culprit from recent burials. Then came the sanctioned horror, the ritual exhumation. If the corpse was undecomposed, pliable, or had blood at the mouth, it was confirmed. The community's response was brutal and symbolic. Staking, a wooden stake, often of hawthorn or ash, was driven not just through the heart, but sometimes through the stomach or back to pin the vampire to the earth and stop its wandering. Decapitation. The head was severed and placed between the legs or under the arm. Burning. The heart was burned or the entire body consumed by fire, the only sure way to break the cycle. Muzzling. The mouth was stuffed with garlic, bricks, or stones to prevent it from feeding. These practices were so common in the 17th and 18th centuries that they flooded Western newspapers and academic journals, creating a vampire panic that directly inspired Gothic writers like John Polidori and eventually Bram Stoker. The Slavic vampire wasn't a sexy rebel. It was a folk explanation for disease and misfortune, the terrifying idea that sometimes, to save the living, you have to kill the dead a second time.